I have to say that my expectations for this album were pretty low. This is because the premise of dance metal cinematography is not exactly the most exciting. Anyway, and since we like to confront our own prejudices, we moved forward fearlessly to number 1, which reveals many more positive points than those we were expecting. Good melodies, and good ideas that end up being affected by an inadequate production. An external producer could perhaps help, and by an oscillation in terms of identity that makes this number 1 seem more like a gathering of singles made over a long period of time and not a release designed to be cohesive and coherent. Even if it fails to impress in the good moments, one can't help but hope to find something more solid in Imagica's career.
This second album by Australians Flitcraft is a nice surprise. A constant one, beyond the first listen, because no matter how many times we listen to it, we always have several impressions it brings us, namely in relation to its genre. If at the beginning it suggests a traditional hard and heavy, as we roll through this concept album we begin to pick up many elements of progressive rock, references that point in the direction of bands like Camel and Genesis, to name just a few of the names that came to mind. It is not, however, a progressive rock work. I believe that we cannot even say that it is a work of progressive metal, at least considering the comparisons we will make with names that operate in this field. Labels aside, this album is an interesting trip, as befits any conceptual work. Good surprise.
A self-titled album is not always a guarantee of excellent music, but musicians seem to have a special nose, or maybe especially diluted, for the material they have in their hands. In the case of Australians' Mammon's Throne, they don't seem to be far from the truth in this, their second work, which sees them taking a giant step forward in their career, at least creatively speaking. That black and heavy doom metal that doesn't glimpse any kind of hope is what it presents here, thanks also to a touch of sludge that makes things even darker and dragging. And despite this one-dimensionality, no doubt this is a very dynamic work where we will be surprised either by solos or by more melodic passages. Although one of them, although well done instrumentally, leaves a little to be desired vocally. Be that as it may, an excellent doom album.
What a kick in the nuts this is! The cover did not predict a power like this coming violently through our ears, right from the opening in Break Their Teeth, which has such power that we thought it would be something grindcore. In fact, it is one of the most violent and interesting crossovers. The lyrical message is powerful and makes perfect sense in the current context we live in, with many social and even philosophical tirades about everything that is wrong in this world. Musically, it's deep into violence, with an angry voice that makes the thing quite one-dimensional, but that doesn't take away from its appeal. Especially when the album is released not as a CD but as a book where besides having the lyrics of each song, it also has texts that reveal what is behind each song. The music comes with a download code for the album, also revealing an ingenious way of marketing music, which here in Portugal would guarantee cheaper prices since music has a higher tax rate than books.